Rajat Bhattacharya, Senior Investment Strategist at Standard Chartered, is joining us. Rajat, good to have you with us here. Thank you very much for your time. The NVIDIA numbers later tonight, you think it could move markets? And what kind of impulse does it give us, if any, when we come back tomorrow, Rajat?
Morning, Prashant. Yes, NVIDIA is all eyes on NVIDIA, of course, and it's the darling of the tech sector. The earnings are important because what is driving, if you can see, the markets in the US have been the tech sector, right? So that is the one big positive factor that leaves us very positive on the markets. The earnings have been great. The tech sector, communication service sector, they're all delivering strong market earnings, and the margins have been strong. Now, to your point about what next, clearly the US markets are back to the Goldilocks, the soft landing narrative, and the tech sector plays into that. So if you have an environment where inflation is starting to again fall lower, growth is slowing slightly. We need to watch some of those job numbers, though. It is a good environment for the tech sector. So yes, all eyes on NVIDIA and the earnings.
Okay. Rajat, hi, good morning. I think everyone is watching out for the June 4th election verdict here in India. But the going has been pretty good, give and take a little bit of volatility because of elections, which is very natural. This market has been uptrending for a while now. Would you continue to be bullish on a market like India, and how do you approach it post-elections?
Hi, Sonia. Yes, the market has been consolidating in India, and that's a good sign. I mean, it's a healthy consolidation after the run-up earlier, this year, over the last 1 year. Elections, of course, if the polls are right and there is continuity in the government, then you would see the next leg up, which is why we've been saying for a while now that, India is in a structural bull market, right? So that is both for stocks and bonds. The stocks are appealing, although the valuations are high, are appealing because of the growth story. If you have continuity in government, that means infrastructure spending continues, the capex, that cycle that we've been seeing, that continues, and that is good for the growth relative to the rest of the world story. In bonds, of course, you have the new investors coming in later this year, and in the relative terms, you talked about 7% on the 10-year yield. That's attractive. If the currency is stable, if the Indian rupee has been, unusually, let me say, stable over the last 1 year, the currency is stable, you have continuity in government, a 7% yield is very attractive. So we are more bullish on both stocks and bonds in India.
Okay, hi Rajat, good morning. You mentioned that in the past as well. You like equities as well as bonds here in India, which is good news. But what are you making of this entire commodity melt-up that we're seeing? If I have to pull out a positive, it's that crude is not moving up above that $90 per barrel, though the rest of the commodity space is on fire. That brings back inflation worries, it makes China look better as well. Your view?
Hi, Nigel. Yes, that's a good catch. The commodities picture is really driven by copper and lately silver as well, right? So what is happening is, of course, there are some supply issues with copper. We know that, the mine closures. But there is this element of China demand that is coming up. One was that the China, the recovery story that started earlier this year, that is picking up. The manufacturing is picking up. But we also see flows. There is a whole lot of China flows coming into the commodities market. We can see that also in terms of the Hang Seng or the HSCI in Hong Kong. The China investors are investing in US dollar denominated assets or in Hong Kong dollar denominated assets, which is linked to the US dollar. And what that means is that there's a big demand for these dollar denominated assets from China itself. So that's the differentiator. You mentioned crude oil, that hasn't done well, but copper, gold for that matter, or silver, all the dollar denominated assets are getting this China bid.
Okay, Rajat, we'll let you go on that note. Thank you so much for joining in and speaking to CNBC TV18. Well, that's the word coming in on the global markets. All eyes are going to be on Nvidia, of course, and there's a big commodity melt-up that's taking place. Let's see how that takes shape and form. Let's